Another long day in the LFOstore office. What's up today in the mail? A few customers, mails. What is C6? Oh. How can I load my patches in my wave state? What is the RAR format? What is the zip format? Oh. Okay. Let's reply. One thing I forgot. Today it's the first day of our blogging video. Greetings! Greetings, boys and girls. It's Nick, head of LFOstore, and we're starting our blog. By many asks, instead of just demoing some presets and patches in our videos, we will show you some tips for the different synthesizers, different synth techniques, and our own thoughts about different models and about the sound design involved. I'm making music like 20 years, and it's soon will be more than 16 years with my Chronos project, and maybe I'm look brutal, but I like space ambient and ambient music. That's why you are having so much ambient packs in our roster for different synthesizers like Wavestation, Wavestate, M1 and others. And our blogging series of videos will be split on two parts. One part is synthesizer Superpowers, like this today. We will talk about the special features and some kind of hidden features of different synthesizers. And the next series of blogging videos will be about underrated synthesizers. We have a few of them in our studio, and time to time some synthesizers are coming to our studio, so we will review it also. And during all the episodes you will hear my Russian accent, of course. Hope you will enjoy it and hope you will understand it. So what is the purpose of sound design involved? Why it's important to make your own sounds? For me, this goal was because I want my own atmospheres, my own arpeggios from different virtual and hardware synthesizers in my tracks. I released more than 200 tracks. I'm very creative in the music making, and from time to time I feel that I need to stop to release music because it's already released a lot, and start to make sounds to share with the audience of my thoughts and thoughts of our LFOstore team, how we see the world of sounds. It's also very important to make your own sounds because it will be unique, and nobody will have such sounds in the tracks, in the releases. That was my goal. From those points, we already made more than 2,000 presets and patches for the different synthesizers. And also, we are not only hardware or software geeks, we are musicians at first, so we're playing jams and lives in this studio. And by the link below, we will post some of our best synthesizer jams. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Yeah? LFOstore speaking? Yeah? What the f***? Wasp? What the f*** is Wasp? Ah, I see, it's a Behringer synthesizer. Do you want to review? Okay. So, what is this? A small bug with the yellow knobs. The original Behringer format. This is the Behringer Wasp. Thanks a lot for our friends from the Russian magazine Music Mag gave us this synthesizer for the review and for the batch making. And today we will not make a standard review because there are a lot on the web. We will talk about the Wasp Superpowers. So it's the typical sound of Wasp. Not, of course, I'm joking. So we're having a typical form factor for the Behringer synthesizers, and as you know, we made a lot of patches and booklets for this kind of format, for the Model D, for the K2, for the Pro 1, for the Natron, and for many other synthesizers. This one, like all mentioned before, having its own character of sound, its own controls. Maybe you may think that it's very simple one, but it's not like that. It's having hidden treasures and hidden functions. And today we will talk about these functions, and I will show you what can you do with your Wasp to enhance the overall opportunities of sound. So first of all, let's make a default sound. The bend will be in the center, the glide will be 0 on the first oscillator, and we will take off all the modulation. We will take the low pass filter, minimum resonance, open the filter, sustain to the maximum. So this is our waveform. And the first superpower for the Wasp will be the ability to send one of the oscillators to the external input. We heard some feedbacks that Wasp having not enough low end and that it cannot make a good bass sound. So let's check it out. We're having only first oscillator, so we plug first oscillator to the external in, and let's hear how it will sound with adding this saturation. Maybe at the first glance it will sound like there are more high frequencies, but also it's adding extra low end, extra girth. And let's make a typical bass sound now, and then add this extension. So it's like one oscillator single bass with a closed low pass filter. And now let's add this external enhance. You can now hear the saturation on the low frequencies, on the mid and high frequencies in whole spectrum. And now let's turn it off, and now let's add the second oscillator. Now we have a deep detune bass. And now let's add this external saturation. This connection and external pot helps not only for the bass lines, but it helps also enhance every sound. So we can make a lead sound. Let's take it off again. By the way, this main envelope generator, when you make decay on the 0, it's immediately cut the sound when you turn off the key. But when decay added to any amount, it gives you the tail instead of release. So we made a typical lead sound, add a bit modulation of the pitch, and now let's add extra eggs to this wasp using external. So this external connection giving you lots of opportunities to make fat sounds, and in our Soundset for the Wasp, which was released a few days ago, we used a lot of this connection to make the maximum fat sounds for your pleasure. So it's the first superpower of Wasp synthesizer. The second superpower of Wasp synthesizer, it's a loopable envelope. You have two loopable envelopes. Let's check how they are working. I will mention that the Wasp, it's a copy of original Wasp synthesizer manufactured in England in 70s, and many of these functions, most of them, besides MIDI and USB of course, was in the original model. So this loopable envelope, it's having a 50 years history. Not every modern synthesizer have this function, so it's very great that 50 years ago it was already presented. So this helps you to make plug sounds, some movement and arpeggio sounds. And also we have a second envelope, which a bit different than this one, because it's having a delay function. Let's put it on. I put the second envelope in repeat mode. So now two envelopes working in different modes. In different speeds, because two decays are tuned differently. So you can make interesting movement tuning these two decays on the different levels. And this delay function helps to start this envelope with a bit delay of time. Also giving very interesting results. I put the first envelope generator to the sustain level and ruling the decay knob on the second envelope. And let's combine it with the LFO, rotate on the filter frequency. It's giving very interesting movement. It's not standard, it's like a double rhythm. So it's very great to experiment with the two envelopes using repeat mode and combine it with the filter modulation with the different wave shapes of LFO. So it's the second superpower. So the third one, superpower. It's the special enhance waveform on the oscillator. Let's hear how it sounds. We will take only one oscillator, the first one. With no loopable envelopes, we will turn it off like this. Turn the resonance off also. So now you're hearing only first oscillator, and it's like having two waveforms in one oscillator, detuned slightly, and sounds like this. So it already sounds massive and fat in comparison of regular saw waveform or square. It sounds very powerful. And let's combine it with the second oscillator. It sounds like a super saw. And let's add our first trick with the oscillator to the external in. And let's check how both oscillators will sound with the external in on the maximum. It sounds almost identical because we have the same 8 feet on the both oscillators. Let's change the feet. Now you can hear the difference. We'll enhance first oscillator and we enhance the second one. So when we enhance the second one, it gives a little bit extra low end and power. With this enhance, you can make different timbres, not only a bass line, you can make good plug sounds, or even you can make a good drone sound. So it's the third superpower, the enhance of the oscillator's waveforms. So the fourth superpower of Wasp Deluxe by Behringer. Greetings to Uli. Woohoo! It's envelopes. The envelopes and its filter gives the Wasp very special sound, very unique, very old school character, and envelopes can be very slow. It's very great for the for the drone and ambient sounds. Let's make only one oscillator, single drone or pad sound. For this we will take Enhance Waveform. We will take off our connections using oscillator 1 on the Enhance, put on the 8 feet, and maybe make some modulation. And now let's put attack and decay on the maximum, close the filter. Do you hear how long it goes up and down, attacks and releases? So it's really great for the slow sounds also. And let's make a typical opening filter sound. For this we will use the second envelope and put attack and decay in the almost full positions. And put a bit glide, not a bit, a lot of glide actually. So we can add a little bit reverb or delay on the pedal, like a Zoom CDR S70 or ambient tight space, or you can use internal effects in the Cubase, Logic or Ableton, and it will be the good support for the monophonic drone sound. And the fifth superpower of the Wasp Deluxe, it's the hold stuff. You can put in hold mode, and you don't need to press the key on the keyboard. Go play, and you can turn the knobs. Also helps a lot to make different settings for the patches in real time. So it's the 5 superpowers of Wasp Deluxe. And of course, this review cannot be completed without mentioning the downsides of the Wasp synthesizer. As we heard by different feedbacks, Wasp Deluxe copying original Wasp from the 70s very nice. So these downsides will be on this one, Wasp Deluxe, and on the original one. The first thing to say, unfortunately, that LFO range is too small. It's not so fast for the like FM modulation, and it's not so slow like it can be for the good ambient sounds. So the range is not so big. I will show you this on the filter frequency modulation. So it's the slowest LFO range possible on Wasp. It's not so slow actually. And the fastest one By the way, the fastest one sounds great. It's almost audible modulation, but the slowest one, unfortunately, is not too slow. If Behringer can fix the speed of LFO, it will be a very nice addition to the synthesizer. I'm curious how LFO sounds on original one, but again, by the feedbacks, it must be the same. The second downside of Wasp synthesizer, it's the range of second pitch. So it can be tuned not so much, not on the so much of intervals. Let's tune it on octave. Let's turn off the all modulations. So it's the octave tuning, and now I will try to tune in another options. As I heard, and fourth notes, but it cannot make 17th notes. So the range of the oscillated second pitch is not also so big. It's, by our opinion, a downside of the Wasp technology overall. But maybe it's okay for the 70s, because this synthesizer from the 70s. And the third downside, or maybe a bug, it's this second envelope. When it's in plug mode, let's make a plug patch here. It's sometimes adding random notes. It's like I'm playing a double note, but it's not like that. I'm playing single note. So this one works a bit strange. Now it's not in the repeat mode. The repeat mode is off, and maybe this unsynchronized envelopes goes because the delay, because when you put off this repeat mode, it goes in a small delay, even I put it in this position. And this envelope goes to the filter, so it's a filter envelope, and in the question of plug sound, it sometimes works a little bit strange. So that's some small minor things which can be enhanced using the new firmware by Behringer, maybe, hopefully, in the future. But overall, the sound of the Wasp is very nice. It's having its own character, and again, every Behringer model, K2, Model D, all of these form factors having its own sound. So we enjoyed Wasp a lot. It's a very nice synthesizer, and now it's the time to say about our Soundset for the Wasp. So here is our little Waspy synthesizer. And we, in LFO, made a very nice sound set for this one, together with Anton Sakro-Reason, our specialist for the Behringer synthesizers. We made a sound set. It contains 40 patches. It's named Cosmic Bug, and we put all our effort and all our knowledges to make the sounds. I hope it will be the first part of the Soundset. And again, thanks very much to our friends Music Mag, who gave us this little baby. In the sound pack, you will have 10 great leads, 10 great basses, 10 great drone sounds, and 10 musical plugs. And you will receive a professional PDF booklet and a single picture of every preset and a single preview in WAV format for every preset. So you can recreate every sound we made on the Wasp. And also it's a very great learning tool of how your Wasp is working. So on the link below you can check our Soundset, Cosmic Bug, and I think we will get back to the Wasp synthesizer in the future for a while. And that was the first video from the series Synthesizer Superpowers. So how it goes? Wasp, Deluxe. And for the noobs, this one, frequency is cut off, the Q is the resonance, maybe you don't know, and control post is LFO, like our LFOstore. Other knobs, I think, will be familiar for you. It's a bit dusty. Thanks for this one. Good.